Dude, it's come such a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Thank you for joining us as we unveil Path of Exile's next big expansion, Siege of the Atlas. Since the Atlas of Worlds was introduced in 2016, we have released 3 large endgame expansions, each evolving Path of Exile's endgame in a different way. Today, I am proud to present our 4th endgame expansion, which launches on PC and Mac on February 4th and on Xbox and PlayStation on February 9th, and by defeating the pinnacle bosses. Then we'll cover changes to how the Atlas works with its new game systems before revealing the Arch Nemesis Challenge League, which launches alongside Siege of the Atlas. After a summary of what game balance changes we're making in this expansion, we'll have a Q&A session where Ziggy D asks me questions from the community. Finally, we'll post the full patch notes as soon as the livestream ends. Let's check out the trailer for Siege of the Atlas.
Okay, dude.
They are here.
Yeah, they are.
Stand with us, or we will all perish.
Wow. Wow. Path of Building's gonna cry.
The events in Siege of the Atlas take place after the defeat of Cirrus. The ability to raise the tier of maps on your Atlas, so that eventually all of them are tier 16. To this end, we have introduced Void Stones. You can earn up to 4 of these, 1 each from the Uber Elder, the Maven, the Searing Exarch, and the Eater of Worlds. Placing Void Stones on your Atlas will raise the tier of all of its maps, eventually making them uniformly tier 16. In Siege of the Atlas, we've removed the concept of Atlas regions entirely. This means that we're saying goodbye to regional Atlas passive trees and hello to a single gigantic Atlas passive tree. Ah, good old Path of Exile. This new tree has over 600 passives available, but while the items were extremely powerful, they had to be crafted using highly specialized and complicated methods. A regular influenced item you found on the ground usually wasn't of much value, unless it was a certain base type at a specific item level. Influenced items were generally not that useful in early, mid, or even most high-end maps, as they were basically a post-endgame feature. Our new system of Eldritch implicits allows you to apply Eldritch mods to already good items that you have, so that you have a lot more freedom to choose how you create your best items. You can also start interacting with Eldritch implicits much earlier in your mapping experience. As you know, Path of Exile items can have an implicit mod that either comes built into the item based on what type it is, or can be modified with systems such as Vile Corruption. The Atlas expansion contains a whole roster of new unique items, which drop from the 4 new Atlas bosses we have introduced. All of these are powerful uniques, and we'll show you 6 of them today. The Ashes of the Stars Onyx Amulet increases the level of all of your skill gems and grants them an additional 20% quality. It also improves the reservation efficiency of your skills and lets you level all of your gems faster, which is really useful for gems such as Empower and Enlighten. The big boost to quality is very valuable with some alternate quality gems, as well as certain skills like curses.
Wow. Stone of Jordan.
The Dissolution of the Flesh Prismatic Jewel changes the way that you interact with incoming damage. While you have this jewel equipped, damage is taken in the form of a temporary reservation to your life pool. If you reserve 100% of your life, you die. This allows you to ignore life recovery completely, since the actual amount of life you have left is irrelevant as long as you manage the timing of your life reservation. Maps they were running. We like the strategic use of sextants, so we have reintroduced this behavior with a new currency item called the Surveyor's Compass. This can be applied to a Void Stone with a sextant mod on it to itemize that sextant mod for later use or trade. This currency item drops periodically and is also sold by Kirak for 1 Chaos Orb, similar to how Einhar sells Bestiary Orbs. There's no limit on how many you can purchase.
Wow.
With Zana gone, you may be wondering what is happening to her Atlas missions.
Yeah.
Well, Kirak is taking over from her, but it works a little differently now. Kirak has assumed the position of commander, and he has important missions for you to carry out in the Atlas. You open these missions at your map device and can run them just like before. However, you won't encounter Kirik inside a map, and you won't be able to apply Kirik objectives to a map itself. Because of this stopped mattering. Instead of focusing on completion, Kirik missions now focus more on rewards, and so their purpose is to provide you with additional League content or extra item drops. Instead of your free daily mission being based on the last map you've completed, it's now based on the highest tier map you've completed in this current league. For example, if you completed a tier 16 map, your daily missions will always be high tier maps. Kirik missions can now include additional content like Conquerors, Ritual Encounters, Expedition Encounters, and even Monstrous Treasure, the former prophecy that makes an area contain 24 to 36 additional strongboxes with no natural monster inhabitants. The Elder or a random Conqueror. You can also purchase these maps from Kirik. When you enter the map, you'll be met with hordes of influenced monsters that can drop influenced items. Upon defeating the map boss, a portal will open to the Conqueror's arena. Upon death, the Conqueror will drop a fragment. Each Conqueror has their own fragment. Combine all 4 fragments in your map device to open a set of portals to the service encounter. As it's now harder to get influenced items, we've moved plus level gem modifiers into the global mod pool for amulets. So it's now possible to get the powerful plus 2 levels to certain gems without having to use influenced amulets.
Wow.
I'm
Now
identifying
that
every
Cirrus and the
amulet.
Conquerors are no longer core parts of Atlas gameplay, they will not drop awakened gems. These gems can now drop from Maven invitations.
Wow.
Arch Nemesis is a challenge league that reinvigorates fights
Wow.
with rare monsters. It introduces around 60 new monster mods and allows you to customize your rare boss fights to control your level of risk and reward. Stream ends. To be clear, this expansion does have a few of the usual nerfs to the most overperforming builds, but for the most part, the majority of balance changes are buffs. The goal is that players who play hit damage bow builds and hand-casting spellcasters are significantly more competitive. Alongside Siege of the Atlas, we're introducing 2 new types of stash tab, one for flasks and one for gems. A side effect of this is that you're able to set your regular tabs to have affinity for flasks or gems, regardless of whether you've purchased the new specialized tabs. The Gem Stash tab allows you to easily store and sort your collection of up to 500 skill and support gems. By default, it displays all gems stored in the tab, but you can use one of the 4 categories at the top to filter between red, green, blue, and white gems. The Conqueror stuff is pretty optional.
That's a good follow-up then. Not Lime, this asks, can we witness Conquerors? In all caps, by the way, they're excited about this.
Caps, can we witness Conquerors? Yeah, you can.
You can? Oh, okay, that's interesting. So that means potentially a new Conqueror boss fight then.
Gauntlet.
For Maven. Ooh, okay. What happens to the unique watchstones, Nobus asks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just eradicated, and yeah, all watchstones are gone.
Oh, no.
So that strips a couple of things from Cyrus as well. Is there any like buff to his?
We tried to make it clear in the stream, but to be clear, they have class restrictions, and they will give you an ascendancy of your class from a different ascendancy. So if you're a Deadeye, you can get a Pathfinder 1 or a Raider 1. You can't get a Juggernaut 1 as a Ranger.
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay.
So they do let you splash outside of your ascendancy class, enables tons of new builds, but it does not let you get something incredibly off class.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. We don't have tailored drops like that typically.
Yep. Unless you're an
So
Ascendant,
insane
which
for
does have a bunch of
Saboteur.
off-class stuff, they clarify. So to answer your original question, yes, that's how you get your super off-class stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
Say? Yeah, even more chase items. We're starting to get a decent amount of chase items now. I'm very excited. It honestly might be time for me to return to Trade League soon. They're starting to become a decent amount of chase. It's starting. It's beginning. Like, I could see myself transferring back to Trade League this league. Because I don't really want to play SSF. I play SSF because the game's too easy on Trade. But now there's more and more. Yeah, I'm doing the event. Are you doing a subathon this league? No. I don't know if we'll ever do another subathon. GGG's is when? Never. I would never work for anyone. It's going to be like the raw, full, very long video. And uncut, unedited. There might be just random ranting in here. And then we will have a TLDR, which will be 15 to 20 seconds. Minutes. 15 to 20 minutes. 20-second patch notes will be good. 15 to 20 minutes as well. So, yeah, let's start reading. Siege of the Atlas. After defeating Kitava, you will meet Kirak as normal, but now straight in Karoo shores, and join his militia to safeguard the Atlas of Worlds. The envoy will inform you of the two Eldritch Horrors, the Searing Exarch, and the Eater of Worlds, or Metamorph Scarabs, with Torment Scarabs now being an Ashlane reward. Assisting pretentious Delirium Orbs will be converted to fine Delirium Orbs. Lily Roth now invites herself to your hideout once you complete the Fallen from Grace quest. In addition to accessing her gem shop and selling items to her, you can now turn in divination cards to her in your hideout. If you've already completed the Fallen from Grace, you will need to talk to Lily again. Boom! There it is! There it is! And oh my god, can we just please, in 2022, can that be the year where we remove gem gating for new players? It's so bad, and it does not it doesn't not overload them. There's like 15 gems missing. There's only like 15 gems missing, so you're already getting like 130, and you're just confused why the ones from your build guide is missing. Okay, Crack Clans, Creeping Frost. Trying to think about what was in there. Vine Iron, Doombra. Excuse me? Essence Drain. Wait, it didn't get changed. Wait, we got 6 more damage. Why 6 more damage? Hit damage buffed? Yeah, that doesn't help us. We could do hit ED. We could do hit ED. Exsanguinate buff? Oh, that looks juicy though.